Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. Today we are looking at a new villain. It is the Unseelie Court, not to be confused with the Fey Court, created by Jacob Busby. Despite what some of the wording in this deck might lead you to believe, this is actually a fairly old villain deck that has been recently updated and is now available for anyone to play. It is also completely insane, and things are only going to get more insane because fighting against the Unseelie Court are completionist guys, Captain Gyrosaur, Target Eldritch, and a new variant for Adamlass 2073, and they're fighting in Definitive Magmaria. You'll notice nobody has a hand. There's a reason for this. Start of the game, we shuffle the jacks, we put 2 of them beneath the card, remove the rest from the game, and put 1 of them into play. We got Spring-Heeled Jack, the Lord of Spring. I think that's hilarious, actually. All the jacks are like classic fairy tale figures, and Spring-Heeled Jack is one of those, but like to equate him with the Season of Spring is great. Put Beguiled into the play area of the 3rd active hero, so that is Eldritch. We'll read that in a moment. We put Mischief into play. It's right there. Reveal cards from the top of the villain deck until you find 2 Fey. Put them into play, shuffle the rest. We get a Sour of Milk and a Stealer of Children. Bad news. When players draw their starting hands, they draw 1 card from each neighboring hero deck and 2 cards from their own deck. So give me a moment. Okay, now everybody has their weird, ridiculous hands. So when a jack is defeated, we flip it, and then we remove a jack from beneath this card, put it into play. If there are no jacks to put into play, flip this card. So we've got 2 dudes to bust through. Beguiled says this card may not be removed from play by hero or environment cards or effects. If a Fey would deal damage to this hero, redirect it to the non-beguiled hero with the highest HP. End of this hero's turn, if they're incapacitated or the only active hero, heroes lose the game. Otherwise, this card moves to the play area of the previous active hero. Mischief says this card may not be removed from play. When a hero plays a card, replace all instances of other hero names on that card with that of one hero in the card player's play area. If Beguiled is in play, when a hero would draw their first non-searched card each turn, they must draw from the Beguiled hero deck instead. So that's going to be nuts, to put it lightly. Spring-Heeled Jack says whenever this card deals toxic damage, it regains that many HP. Whenever this card would be dealt 1 damage, it gains 1 HP instead. End of the turn, Spring-Heeled Jack deals the hero target with the highest HP 1 toxic damage, and a hero damaged this way must discard a card. The Sour of Milk destroys 2 equipment cards, and the Stealer of Children destroys 2 ongoing cards. Those are both really nasty, but here we go. Elves of the Hollow Heartwood. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero with the fewest cards in hand, 2 projectile damage and 2 fire damage. So, Spring-Heeled Jack hits the highest, which is Adamlass. Actually, let's say that's Gyrosaur for 1, and she has to discard a card. I have declared that when you discard somebody else's card, it goes to their trash, because otherwise this would get nuts. Like even more nuts. These guys have nothing to do, and then that actually hits Gyrosaur. He's actually got the fewest cards in hand. Okay. Guys is going to play the Venusian Reflective Suit. The first time Guys is dealt damage by any non-hero target each turn, he deals that target 2 energy damage. If he has 10 or fewer HP, instead when he takes damage from a non-hero target, he deals that target 2 energy damage. That's fun. And note that that is limited, so that's the only copy of it we can have out. And also, everybody has a little player pawn, because, you know, there's a lot of cards that you can play in other people's play areas, or, you know, outside of the play area, and we need to keep track of who played it. If you hadn't noticed, also, the Nemesis symbol is Lady the Wood, and this deck is kind of based off of her deck because of all the season effects. We're gonna swap probably Eldritch first with his as yet unnamed variant. Let's see, he could destroy a spell in his play area, but he doesn't have any. So instead he'll do 2 damage to the Stealer of Children and draw a card from Eldritch. Right, Gyrosaur is going to hyper spin and play Volatile Elixir off of that. That might come in handy later. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and use her power. Put the top card of her deck face up underneath. Draw an Eldritch card. And that's it. That's interesting because she's not going to be drawing crash cards unless she's the one who's beguiled. Okay, let's start with the All-Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. Go ahead and discard a card, Reckless Alien Racing Tortoise, and put 3 tokens on it. Draw a card from his own deck. And then Beguiled moves, and then we do All-Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. So up to 2 players draw 2 cards each. So first we'll have Gyrosaur draw 2, and then we'll have Eldritch draw 2, and the first one he draws is a Gyrosaur card. Interesting. Adamlass is going to play Inspiring Pluck. The villain target with the highest HP deals Adamlass 2 melee damage. Now that does not set off any of Spring-Heeled Jack's effects. Another player may play a card now. We're going to have Eldritch Wipeout. He deals subtext targets 4 melee damage each, and deals himself X melee damage, where X is 1 plus number of crash cards in his hands. So that's 1, because there aren't any. But he can take out the Stealer of Children, and then hit himself for 1. That was neat. Her power is Neon Glare. Select a target, reduce next damage dealt by that target by 2. Let's just lock down the villain, like, essentially permanently, because he doesn't get induced to deal damage. Draw a Gyrosaur card. Magmaria plays Fire Crystallization. Equipment cards gain the keyword Magma Crystal. Starting the environment turn, Magmarian with the highest HP deals each non-environment target X fire damage, destroys X equipment cards or X the number of Magmarians in play. Move each equipment card destroyed this way to his player's hand. The Unseelie Court plays Elves of the Verdant Wilds. These are the Spring Elves. And the villain turn, this card deals 0 with the fused cards in play, 2 projectile and 2 toxic damage. Alright, Spring Heel Jack tries to deal damage and cannot. We destroy 2 equipment cards, which we don't... Oh, no, we do have Volatile Elixir, so we can... She can either draw 3 cards... Let's throw 3 tokens on the spell, since there is one. Oh, and the Venusian Reflective Suit is also an equipment. Shoot. Oh well. Fuse cards in hand is anybody. Gyrosaur will redirect it, so let's have that hit Adam Lass. And then the fuse cards in play is going to be Guys. Okie dokie. I think Guys is going to play Read the Terrain. That's actually not a bad card for him. And then we're going to swap out Gyrosaur. This will stay in effect. Speed Demon could be good for getting through all those extra cards. Swap her to Speed Demon. And then Guys will use the power. He gets Let Me See That. Well, that figures. And he draws a Gyrosaur card. Alright, let's play Gyro Stabilizer. Hopefully we can get rid of the Sour of Milk. Discard up to 3 cards. Let's discard Illusions of Eidolon and draw a card off of that. Not a crash card. Power, if at least half the cards in your hand are crash cards, draw a card. If not, play a card. Well, the answer is no. Let's play Reckless Alien Racing Tortoise off of that. Draw a card. That was a crash card, Wrecking Ball, so that goes into play. She deals each target 1 melee damage, 2 to the villain targets. And destroy Hyperspin. Beguiled goes on Guys. He's beguiled. Alright, and she dealt damage, so we can play Hidden Detour. She heals 2. Reveal the top card of the environment deck. Crystalloid Gremlins. That's not that bad, actually. So I can swap out a Crystalloid Gremlins with something worse. Alright, that is her turn. Increase damage dealt to environment targets by 1. Eldritch is going to play Self-Promotion and draw 3 cards. Power, there's only the 1 spell out, so let's discard a card and put 3 tokens on it for some reason. Draw... Oops, should have drawn a Guy's card at some point. At least it doesn't matter when I do that, really. Cool, useful. Let's remove 2 cards from that. Gyrosaur can draw a card, or 2 cards. First one is a Guy's... Oh, she got a good one! And then Guys can draw 2 cards. Alright, I think Animalist is going to play Where Did I Leave That? Draw 2 cards. First one is a Guy's card. That's not bad. Power will lock down the villain's damage. Draw a card. Start a turn, nothing happens. And we get another Fire Crystallization. Okay! The Unseelie Court... Oh, damn it, I wasn't able to get rid of those guys. This is really annoying. Fairy Fire. The villain target with the most HP, that is... Oh, I was... Deals the hero with the fuse cards in play, 1 irreducible toxic damage. Okay, so hang on. Heals the hero with the fuse cards in play, 1 irreducible toxic damage. That is Adam Lass. Eats up this -2, and he dealt damage, so he regains a hit point. He dealt toxic damage, specifically. Most cards in play, 1 irreducible lightning damage. That is Gyrosaur. Fewest cards in hand, 1 irreducible fire damage. That is also Gyrosaur. And the most cards in hand, 1 irreducible cold damage. That is either Guys or Eldritch. Guys will take it. Whew, okay. Spring Heel Jack, he just hits the highest, right? Yeah, he hits Gyrosaur for 1 and heals 1, and she has to discard a card. And we destroy 2 equipment cards. One of them is the Gyro Stabilizer. Elves of the Hollow Heartwood hit the fewest cards in hand. It's Gyrosaur, 2 and 2, and this hits the fewest cards in play, which is Adam Lass. Boy, we need to work on those guys also. Alright, starting his turn, he can reveal the top card of his deck and replace or discard it. But we're replacing that. Let's say Cheese, and hit the Sour of Milk for 1. And off of that I'll play Ricochet, hit Spring Heel Jack for 2, and hit the Sour of Milk for 2, taking it out. Reduces next damage to 0. And last one we have to swap out is Adam Lass. I am only going to swap her to her base form since there's one more variant that we haven't seen yet. So he could reduce a target's next damage by 2, or he could hit something for 2. Let's hit something for 2. And since he dealt damage, we can draw Let Me See That, and he draws a card. And Beguiled moves to Adam Lass. Gyrosaur is going to play Gyrosaur the Barbarian. She is mighty and fearsome like the fabled alpaca. I can imagine her saying that. It's like what Star-Lord was able to convince the Guardians of the Galaxy is true about Kevin Bacon. Alright, at least half the cards in her hand are crash cards. Darn it, that means I'm going to have to actually draw a card. Shoot, that's not how I wanted that to happen. Well, she draws a Adam Lass card and then draws her own card. Alright, time to play Hand of Hashem. And off of that, let's play Say Cheese and hit the Elves of the Verdant Forest for 1. And off of that, I'm going to play the Obscuring Orb of Ouroboros. We'll maybe need that later. Let's go ahead and discard a card, throw 3 tokens on All Seeing Eyes of Abaddon, draw an Adam Lass card, and then he'll draw 2 cards, and Gyrosaur can draw 2 cards. Our first one is an Adam Lass card. It's a crash card, so we immediately use the power on Reckless Alien Racing Tortoise. She deals a target X+1 melee damage. Max number of crash cards in her hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Guise the Barbarian. Let's take out the Elves of the Hollow Heartwood. Awesome. Adam Lass will play Defiant Stand. Adam Lass deals a target 400 damage. Let's hit Spring Heel Jack with that. If she has 20 or fewer HP, you may destroy an ongoing or environment card. She in fact does. Let's get rid of one of those fiery crystallizations. She does not have 5 or fewer HP. And now she'll use her Energy Blaster and take out the other elves and draw a card and beguile Eldritch. Nothing happens at the start of turn. Crystal Collector comes out. Nobody's got any... Oh wait, that's not true. We have equipment cards are magma crystals. Yeah, Eldritch is going to discard an equipment card so he can draw 3 cards. First one... Oh no, they're all of his. Alright, the Unseelie Court plays the Skipper of Rings. Into the villain turn, this card deals all non-fey targets 2 irreducible energy damage and destroys a spell on hero play area. Aha! That's why I played the extra spell. When this card is destroyed, reveal cards in the villain deck till you reveal a fey, put it into play, and shuffle the other cards back into the villain deck. So, Spring Heel Jack... Oh, that's right, his next damage is reduced to 0. It wasn't irreducible, so that did in fact work. Everybody take 2, including the Crystal Collector who takes 3, and will destroy the Obscuring Orb of Ouroboros. So we want to make sure we do play spells. Start of turn, we'll look at the top card of his deck. It's the same card somehow. I think he'll go ahead and play Scourge of Shadowkhan. That's pretty cool. I'm going to use Read the Terrain as his power, because he's dealing no damage this turn, so increase damage dealt by him during my next turn to non-hero targets by 1. Draw an Eldritch card. We're going to throw some tokens on this so he can do a bunch of damage. Gyrosaur the Barbarian goes away, but at least it did something. Gyrosaur is going to take a Defiant Stand. She saw Adam last do it, thought it was a good idea. Let's take out the Skipper of Rings with that 4 energy damage, and we get Elves of the Hoarfrost Heath. The Winter Elves, they hit the hero with the most cards in hand for 2 projectile and 2 cold. She has 20 or fewer HP, so I can destroy an environment card. Let's get rid of the Crystal Collector before he destroys our crap. So the power is to draw a card anyways, and then just draw another card. Except the first one should have been an Eldritch card. Alright, Eldritch is playing Wheels of Wayan, and Everwatch Flies of Elos. Power, let us discard a card. 3 tokens on Guise's Scourge of Shadowkhan. Draw 2 cards. Remove 2 tokens from... Let's see, no, first a Beguiled move, then remove 2 tokens from All Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. I think we'll have him and Adam Lass draw cards, so they both get a Gyrosaur card and one of their own. Adam Lass is going to hyperspin. Have to watch if she draws any Gyrosaur cards, because that could set that off. Let's go ahead and play Look What I Found. Hit Spring Heel Jack for 4. He's still around, so she should deal more damage next time. I'm sorry, that was 5. Power, Atom Blaster, deals a target 2, 3 from Look What I Found, 4 from Hyperspin. Take out those elves. Draw a Gyrosaur card. It is a crash card. It immediately goes into play. Uh-oh, there's only one thing for her to hit. She will do 2 melee damage to Guise. Sorry, guys. And then 3 melee damage to Spring Heel Jack. Alright, nothing happens at the start of the environment turn. Magmarian Throng comes out. Okay, we are going to switch it with the Crystalloid Gremlins. In the environment turn, this card deals with 3 non-environment targets lowest HP, 1 melee, and 1 fire damage each. That is Jack, who heals 2, unfortunately. Adam Lass, and a Gyrosaur. Eldritch is the highest, that's weird. Unseelie Court plays Nevermore. Oh boy, this is everybody's favorite card. Incapacitate the non-beguiled hero with the most HP, but do not set aside their card's hand or hit points. This hero is immune to all game effects and can only apply their incapacitated abilities until this card is destroyed. When this card is destroyed, return this hero to play as they were before this effect was applied. Start of the villain turn, destroy this card. So, that is Eldritch. So all he can do on his turn is use an incapacitated power. But that's kinda okay, because he doesn't lose anything. Spring Heel Jack tries and fails to deal damage. Alright, Guise has +1 damage dealt. We're going to have him do Look What I Found. So this will eat up the -1, hit Spring Heel Jack for 3. He should do more damage next time. Interestingly, I could swap this out. I'm going to swap out Eldritch, because you can do this. So now we have base Eldritch's incap powers in play for him, and Guise can use Eldritch's power to discard a card and put 3 tokens on his Scourge of Shadowkhan. Draw a Gyrosaur card. And then end of turn, we can remove 2 tokens from that card. 2 tokens! Oh my god! He can do this a whole bunch. He deals up to 3 targets to make that 3 infernal damage each. Taking out the Crystalloid Gremlins, he will take them as a trophy. And now we have environment cards in our hand, too. Gyrosaur is playing Auspicious Augury of Ograzul, because that is an amazing card. Power, let's see. Well, at least half her cards are crash cards, so she draws 2 cards, and then we move Beguiled to Guise. Yep, that's it. Okay, so all Eldritch can do is destroy an ongoing, have someone use a power, or discard the top card of a deck and put the top card of that deck into play. I think I'm going to do that on Adam Lass. So discard the top card of her deck, put the top card into play, frequency tuning, draw a card, she gets a guy's card. Search your deck or trash for a raid card, put it into play. If you search your deck, shuffle it, you may use a power. Ooh. I'm going to take this first one, Alpha 19Y. You may discard a card. If you do, Adam Lass deals each non-hero target 2 energy damage. Take out Spring Heel Jack. So when he flips, if I've done this correctly, kind of have the same card twice, so I'm just going to stack these together. We get the Sigil of Spring. Whenever a target deals toxic damage, the source of that damage regains X HP, where X is the damage dealt. And then we get Jack in the Green. If this card has less than 5 HP, increase all damage dealt by it by 2. End of the villain turn, this card deals a hero target with the most HP, H, fire damage. That's a lot. Alright, that was Adam Lass acting off of Eldritch's turn. And his card doesn't happen because he's ignoring all game effects. I'm going to play the Neptunian Flux Projector. The first time you discard a card each turn, Adam Lass deals a target 1 cold damage. If she has 10 or fewer HP, increase damage dealt this way by 1. Now let's go ahead and use Alpha 19 White again. I'll discard a Gyrosaur card. She deals a target 2 cold damage, and then deals each non-hero target 3 energy damage. Draw another guy's card. Nothing happens in the environment except that it plays a Crystalloid Behemoth. Well, shit. And then when I return, this card deals a target other than itself with the highest HP 4 melee damage. That is not Eldritch because he's being avoided by game effects. Oh, that is unfortunately guys. Okay, start a turn, destroy Nevermore, and Eldritch is back in the game. We will swap him out again, I do believe. He's doing just fine on cards. Unseelie Court plays Fairy Trickery. Each hero deals themselves 2 psychic damage. If the Beguiled is in play, each player may only use that hero's innate power. Oh no! Replacing all references to the Beguiled hero with themselves instead? It's completionist, guys! Well, no, actually it's going to be Adam Lass. Start a villain turn, destroy this card. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Everybody hit yourself for 2. End of the villain turn, Jack in the Green hits Eldritch for 4. Okay, so right now everybody can only use Guys' power, but Beguiled is going to switch, so it'll be okay. Reveal the top card of his deck. We will discard it. I'm going to play Triluminary Searing, because that's amazing. And then we will go ahead and just swap Eldritch back to his variants. I will draw a card and add a token to a spell. We'll put a token on Triluminary Searing. Draw a card. End of turn, remove 2 tokens from Scourge of Shadowkhan. He'll do 2 damage to Jack in the Green and 3 to the Behemoth. And then Beguiled moves. So everybody can only use Adam Lass's base power, which is fine. That's an okay power to have. I'm going to play Protective Escort. Draw 2 cards. First one is from Adam Lass. We will select Eldritch and make him immune to fire damage. Let's start it for next turn. This is a very weird time to start watching. Yeah. Good luck figuring out what the hell's going on here. She uses Adam Lass's Atom Blaster to hit Jack in the Green for 2, and draw a card. Eldritch can play 2 cards. He'll play his own Scourge of Shadowkhan, not to be outdone, and oh, he can use extra powers. Let's play Volatile Elixir. First power, destroy that for 3 tokens on Triluminary Searing. Second power, discard a card for 3 tokens on Auspicious Augury of Augrazul. Draw 2 cards. First one comes from Adam Lass. End of turn. Remove 2 tokens from All-Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. Adam Lass can draw 2 cards. Oh wait, I'm sorry, he couldn't do that second one. So he did not discard that card. Instead, he hit Jack in the Green for 2. That's still fine. Okay, who's drawing cards? Let's have Adam Lass draw 2 cards. And Guys likes cards. We'll give him an Adam Lass card and one of his own. I don't want to take him down to 5. Let's get a Venusian Reflective Suit out because that's a very nice card. She can only use her base power. Hit Jack in the Green for 2, draw 2 cards, and Beguiled moves to Eldritch. So now we can only add 3 tokens to a spell. How terrible. But of course nobody can... It's going away anyways. Start of the environment, turn this card, deals each other target 1 fire damage. Uh-oh. Ooh, Eldritch is immune. I, however, miscalculated. She got hit and hits back for 4 energy damage, actually. He's got +2 damage dealt. That's not good. Magmaria plays Magmarian Throng. I've already got one, so Hidden Detour is not going to help. We get 2 Magmarians, Stone Shaper and Ember Shaman. Each Magmarian deals each non-environment target 1 fire damage, so everybody take 1 and 1. That second hit, she fires back for 3. Jack is almost done. We might be able to take him out. Okay, end of turn. This hits the target on itself with the highest HP for 4 melee damage. Oh, that's melee damage. Shit, that's Eldritch. Oops. And then when I return, destroy that card. Somebody can discard a Magma Crystal to reduce damage dealt to a target by 1. Well, no, because there's a lot of damage being... It's not going to matter. Somebody can discard a Magma Crystal and use a power, however. But the only power we can use is Eldritch. Alright, we'll discard the Crystalloid Gremlins. Guys will discard a card and add 3 tokens now to Auspicious Augury of Augrazul. Alright, start a turn, Fairy Trickery goes away. Thank goodness. And they play Nevermore again. This one goes after Gyrosaur. Okay, he hits the hero target with the most HP for 6 fire damage, which is now, unfortunately, Adam last. And she hits him back for a whole bunch. Yeah, for 3, taking him out. Too bad I couldn't do that before he dealt the damage. So now we have the Sigil of Summer, increase all fire damage dealt by 2. And now we flip the villain to the Lord of Misrule. If this villain is flipped, remove Beguiled from the game. Hooray. Each hero gains the following power. Swap 2 cards from your hand with another player. At the end of the villain turn, put the top card of the villain deck in the trash. If the symbol in the corner matches the sigil in play, the Lord of Misrule deals each hero X plus 1 damage of that type. Otherwise, each hero deals themselves X psychic damage, where X is the number of cards in that player's hand which come from another deck. Hold on a second while I sort everybody's hand. That's not too bad. We really want to watch out for that, though, because we don't want that extra plus 2 damage. That could completely ruin our day. Who did that? Oh, that's right. That was Adam Lass reacting to the end of villain turn. This has already been checked for end of villain turn effects, so we don't get it this time. Okay. Neato. Let's retcon Nevermore. No. Fuck it. I'm retconning the Sigil of Summer. I set these up so that they can in fact be shuffled into the deck, because nothing says that they can't be. Off of that, I'm going to play Gimmicky Character. Yay, 1 hit point. Off of that, yeah, let's play Terrifying Momentum. Guy deals a target 2 melee damage because he's got no crash cards in hand. Hit the Lord of Misrule for that. And draw a card. So now you want to play or discard all the cards that don't belong to you, just so you don't have to deal with them. Also, I guess I forgot to look at the top card of his deck. It was, I am that guy. I would have replaced it, yeah. Alright, power, we're going to swap Gyrosaur back to Captain. Still incapacitated. At least half the cards in his hand are not crash cards. He could play a card. Let's play Blatant Reference. Why not? Draw a card. Turn, Scourge of Shadowkhan. Up to 3 targets, 2 infernal damage each. He'll hit the Lord of Misrule. He'll hit the Ember Shaman, taking it out, and he'll hit the Stone Shaper. Now let's hit the Behemoth. We need to get rid of that. Then we remove 4 tokens from Triluminary Searing. He deals a target 6 reducible energy damage. And then he discards a card and deals 1 projectile damage, which is somehow less than impressive. Just imagine if I'd had Guys the Barbarian out for that. Alright, Gyrosaur gives us draw a card, use a power, or select a target, increase next damage dealt to it by 2. Let's have Eldritch use his power, discard a card, throw 3 tokens on his Scourge of Shadowkhan. That's not bad. And then Blatant Reference for 2 damage to the Behemoth, which he will take into his hand. Let's play the Medallion of Madrosos and do another Scourge of Shadowkhan. How about Illusions of Eidolon? Power 1, Medallion of Madrosos. Let's remove a token from Scourge of Shadowkhan and destroy the Sigil of Spring. Power 2, discard an Adam Lass card, throw 3 tokens on Auspicious Augury of Agrazul, because we didn't get to use it. Or no, actually I can't do that, because it's not in play. Let's throw that on Guys' Scourge of Shadowkhan. Draw 2 cards, remove 2 tokens from All Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. We'll let Guys draw 2 cards, and Eldritch can draw 2 cards. And then we'll remove 2 tokens from Scourge of Shadowkhan, 2 damage to the Lord of Misrule, and 3 to the Stone Shaper. Okay, Adam Lass is almost dead. In our last episode, each other player may put a non-equipment card from their trash on top of their deck, draw a card, you may have Adam Lass regain 2 HP. I will. Oh, yeah, in Blatant Reference, we will discard a card for a damage. So you know what? Let's make that 2 damage to the Stone Shaper. Okay, and then let's do Alpha 19 wide. Discard a card, she deals a target 2 cold damage. Oh, 3 cold damage actually, because she has less than 10 HP. And then she deals each non-hero target 3 energy damage, taking out the Stone Shaper, which she will take into her hand. Actually, no. Guys will take that also, because that counts as a card not from her deck. Draw a card? Woof. Of course, she's already got 2, so maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, nothing happens at the start of the environment turn. Seismic Defender comes out. Oh, hell yes. Alright, and we can discard a card or a damage on the Lord of Misrule. Alright, we're definitely discarding a Magma Crystal for that guy to do 3 and 3. Yeah, too bad Sigil of Summer wasn't out, you know? Alright, start of turn, Nevermore goes away, and Gyrosaur comes back. Lord of Misrule plays Equinox. Here we go! This is going to end the game. Shuffle all hero hands together and deal them out equally. That is really not good. Okay, end of turn, discard the top card. Everybody deal yourselves X psychic damage. Guys is down to 1. Gyrosaur is down to 2. Welcome back to the land of the living. Adam Lass is dead. This is actually a pain in the ass. I suppose I could have had her die first, and that would save 2 damage on Guys, 3 damage on Gyrosaur, and 2 damage on Eldritch. We're going to do that. We still kind of need to kill him in 1 round. Okay, but that was the Unseelie Court's turn. Start of turn. Reveal a top card, replace it. Blatant Reference goes away. Whew. Okay, I need to play some of these. Guys is going to play on a roll, interestingly enough. He's only got one crash card. He's not going to get any more. That's still a good card for him. Let's swap Gyrosaur to a different Gyrosaur. How about base? And then he's just going to do 2 damage to the guy. Draw a card. 2 tokens off of Scourge of Shadahan. 2 damage to the Lord of Misrule. 3 to the Seismic Defender. She has no crash cards in hand. Let's play Wipeout. 4 to the Lord of Misrule, 1 to herself. That's a good trade-off. Power. She does not have at least 2 crash cards in hand, so she draws a card. Oh, whoops. I guess I should not have done that. I should have gone back to Speed Demon. Draw a card. I don't have enough tokens on that. Shoot. Eldritch will retcon Defender. He's a great hero. He'll play Reckless Alien Racing Tortoise. Power 1. Reckless Alien Racing Tortoise for damage on the Lord of Misrule. Power 2, discard a card. 3 tokens. Oh, jeez. On All Seeing Eyes of Abaddon? No. Auspicious Augury of Agrazul. Oh, that's kind of hedging my bets, though. Oh, wait, he could have added 1 token to up to 3 spells. 1 on Auspicious Augury of Agrazul, 1 on this Scourge of Shadahan, and put 1 on Triluminary Searing, because then he can add 3 to that. Oi, nothing on his own spells, though. Like, is that a good idea? So we can destroy an environment card, draw a card, or play a card. I think I want to play a card, probably. Have Gyrosaur play Hyperspin. Off of that, play another Scourge of Shadahan. Why the hell not? Everybody's doing it these days. Okay, nothing happens on the environment turn. We play Crystalloid Gremlins. This is hitting all the heroes for 1 and 1. That's very unfortunate. I should have had guys play Mary Chase. Okay, everybody's dying this round, I think. Yeah, whoops. Oh dear, the villain plays the Queen Between. She's a Royal Fae. Reduce damage dealt to Fae by 1. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals all hero targets 1 fixed sonic damage, so that's going to kill everybody, essentially. If another Royal would enter play, put it in the trash and play the top card of the villain deck instead. When this card is destroyed, put any Royal cards in the villain and environment trash into play, then shuffle this card in the villain trash back into the villain deck. That is a rough card to be getting. Discard the top card of the deck. Everybody deal yourself X damage. That's 3 for Gyrosaur. She is dead. Guys hits himself for 2. He's out as well. I should not have put all those tokens on his spells. That is rough, buddy. And then Eldritch gets hit for 1. Somehow he is alive. Can he deal 25 damage in 1 turn? I don't think so. Okay, let's remove one of the Eldritch cards from the game. So you can use a power, discard a card, and throw 3 tokens on Scourge of Shadahan. 1 target with more than 10 HP deals itself 3 melee damage. 2 damage to the Lord of Misrule. I've only got 1 thing to play here, with add a token on a 3 spell. Power 1, Staff of Goramaz. Actually, he's not going to do anything. Well, that's not true. 2 fire damage to the Crystalloid. Sorry, 1 fire damage to the Crystalloid Gremlin. And we'll move this token over to All Seeing Eyes of Abaddon. You know what? Let's just do Medallion of Madrosus and destroy the Crystalloid Gremlin. I have to put that in his hand. That's unfortunate. Draw 2 cards. We'll take 2 tokens off of Scourge of Shadahan. He deals a damage to each of the villain targets. Destroy an environment card. One player may draw a card. One player may play a card. Oh, maybe I should have let her destroy it. Well, he's actually got nothing to play. I guess we'll have him draw a card. That is the end of the game. The environment plays a Crystalloid Behemoth. Well, that's kind of neat. That hits the Lord of Misrule for 3. And they play Elves of the Copper Coppice. These are the Autumn Elves. They hit the most cards in play for 2 projectile and 2... Well, discard the top card, and Eldritch hits himself for 1, and we lose. Woo! That was rough. I maybe should have let him take an entire turn, but honestly it didn't matter because everybody else had all the good spells and all the tokens. Oh, I think I made some bad decisions at the end of the game. Let's take a look at the rest of the Unseelie Court's deck. The King of Unwept Tears. Increased damage dealt by Fae by 1. In the villain turn, this card deals the hero with the most HP, H-1 melee damage, and he does the same thing with regards to the Queen that she does with Royals. Solstice, the hero with the most cards in hand, swaps their hand with the hero with the least cards in hand. I think that's it. I will show you also the other 2 Jacks. We've got Jack Frost, who's the winter one. And in the villain turn, Jack Frost deals the hero target with the most HP 1 cold damage. The hero damaged this way may discard a card. If they do not, Jack Frost regains HP. And Halloween Jack, who is the autumn one, reduce all damage dealt to this card by 1. And in the villain turn, this card deals to 2 hero targets with the most HP, 2 irreducible lightning damage. And that's it. Honestly, this is a really interesting way to play the game. Everybody's got the wrong cards in hand. You can do shenanigans. You can get blocked from doing anything at all sometimes. Trying to sort everything out when someone dies is a bit of a pain, but that's fine. You can find the Unseelie Court along with all of Jacob Busby's decks on Sentinels Community Customs Classics. You can find find Adam Lass on the Rough Riders expansion. Target Eldritch is also on Sentinels Community Customs Classics, also created by Jacob Busby. And that's it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks everybody for coming to chat and keeping me on track. Tabletop Simulator Reaver Sentinels called DLC, Sentinels Community Customs Classics, and Rough Riders and Atlas Games. Please support the official release and flip.